Howdy folks, it's Tuesday. Let's have a quick look at what's going on sort of midweek, so to speak. And looking at the Forex majors, euro and the pound still holding support. Nothing much to add there, except that the dollar index has dropped back and retraced upwards slightly. We're above the 20-day moving average again, but overall a slightly bearish pattern, perhaps reversing, not too sure. It's all a bit up in the air right now, but remember what I said in the last video, December tends to be fairly unidirectional, and we'll probably see most markets moving gradually and gently in one direction. Whether it's up for the stock market, down for the stock market, we'll have to see how this month starts out really now. And the same with currencies. We've made a little bit of a bottom now. Are we going to carry on melting up gradually, drip by drip? Or are we just going to carry on moving down in the direction of the trend? In other words, long dollar. I don't know, but we are long the euro and the pound, and we're short on the dollar yen. Dollar yen's actually been pretty good. We're in some considerable profit right now, having sold at these 2 points up here. And I'll be looking to take profit on this down at around 147.20 into this zone here and this market structure break. Actually, that's at 147.30, so somewhere in that region. That's the Forex majors. Now the stock markets, I don't know. Are we just going to carry on melting up gradually, as I said, during December? Or are we at a top? And maybe the December direction's a gradual melt down rather than up. We'll have to wait and see. Still, our best trade on this has been MSTR, MicroStrategy, short. We're still short. I actually added on a little bit yesterday. We're short on NVIDIA. We're actually short on the NASDAQ. On the German 30 at the top Bollinger Band here, we just added a new tranche there. A little bit short on Tesla, and Apple a tiny short. So who knows what's going to happen in these markets? Either a gradual move up, as I said, or a gradual move down. I don't think any major directional changes or swings or pullbacks or collapses or huge rallies. Now going across to gold and Bitcoin, we remain long on gold. You can see our entry point down there, long on silver. I did quite a detailed update in the last video on this, so I'm not going to repeat that now, but these are holding support. Let's have a quick look actually. Let's zoom into the gold chart. And even though we broke down below that trend line, some people are saying, should we be shorting gold? And possibly this is a short, I don't know. We've broken down, broke up again, whipsaw action, still underneath that trend line and retesting it from underneath. So is this a breakout pullback trade? We'll have to wait and see. But we are long from a fair bit below us, so we've got some time to think about that. And then the same with silver. Although this looks a little bit more positive, we're actually bouncing off the trend line. We're not underneath it like gold is. And a little bit of a reversal. Second test down there, tweezer bottom. Actually, if you put this on a weekly chart, equal lows there, double bottom, and holding up above. Now we've just broken above the 20 SMA. We need to get up through this order block here, around about 32 to 33, and then up and away if we get this going. I don't know how precious metals are going to go, considering the geopolitical risks and potential easing of geopolitical risks. So if there is easing of risks, we might see easing of the precious metals prices. We're also long on palladium and platinum, slightly out of the money on both of them. When it comes to Bitcoin, I'm still holding my longs on Bitcoin. This is a 4-hour chart. Let's go to the day chart quickly. And we are in danger of this moving down. But remember what I said, the 20-day moving average, that's our first warning sign of a breakdown in trend direction or momentum. More momentum really when it comes to the 20-period moving average. And we've got the 50 way below us down into the down at around about 80. So let's see how we go with Bitcoin. As long as we hold the 20 and this red line, I remain bullish and I'm not adjusting my positions. We've taken some profit at the top, near 100,000, and I'll be looking to take more profit at about 104, maybe 108, somewhere around there, and then potentially looking for this to move down for a much larger correction. Same sort of thing on Ethereum. We've taken some good trades on there. Ethereum might actually play catch up to Bitcoin. Got some space, that's a 4-hour chart. Let's go back to the day chart on Ethereum. Got some space above us before we even get up to the recent all-time highs, and that's around 4,000 and some change. We're currently trading 10% lower at about 3,600. So some space to go on that, perhaps a little bit of a catch-up. Some people say it's altcoin season. I'm not much of an altcoin trader, but I'll go with that idea. Going across to energies, we're long on uranium, UEC, no changes on that. These are slow, gradual trades. I'll do some more detailed analysis on the uranium twins in next weekend's video. And natural gas going across to the futures here on my broker at Black Bull, we actually took another long tranche, so I can duplicate this. Very small position still. Down here, after that reversal candle setup, we had a full stop candle on the 4-hour and then a bullish engulfing candle, I suppose. Still holding at that level right now. Let's have a look at the day chart on natural gas. And really no change in the last couple of days. After a tiny weekend gap down, I still have that question mark there. Do we need to get down here before a bounce, or are we going to hold here? We have a breakout pullback trade at the moment, breaking out from that recent swing high. But there's another breakout pullback trade available to us down here at the triangle apex and the triangle top. Well, the triangle bottom is now approaching the apex, or the triangle top moving into that corner. So that's actually a better opportunity, much stronger support, a nicer pullback, and just generally structurally much better, maybe picking up some more liquidity down there. However, we're currently long with a very small tranche on this, plenty of space to add, and actually looking forward to the opportunity to add down into this dip. That's what that same picture looks like on the 4-hour. So we could drip down into anywhere in this region around here. We took the long yesterday simply because of the full stop and breakout candle. Ideally, for this pattern to remain valid, we need to close on the 4-hour at least above 3.14, this recent swing low. We are still trying to hold here, and here's the 100 period moving average just below. We're still short on WTI oil, and well, we've had about a week and a half of almost nothing, going sideways, doing nothing. And once again, be careful of this. Geopolitical risks abound, but so does geopolitical relief potentially. And that could send the oil price even lower. And this is really one of those Trump trades, much like Bitcoin and a couple of the other things in the stock markets. Let's go across to softs and grains. Let's start with coffee. I posted this up on X yesterday. If you're not following me on X, go to @ArcisFX. That's my handle. Follow me on X. Press the notification bell so that whenever I post these things up on X, you get immediate notifications. And we sold, as you know, we've been short on coffee, and we were waiting for that breakdown, which has now happened. That looks like almost a blow off top. It's early days still. We've only had 2 candles down with a gap in between. We may need to retrace back up to the trend line. Don't rush into this. Wait for a retracement if you're going to go short. We're also short on cocoa, and many of you have asked how I'm dealing with this breakout through the top. Well, we hedged and unhedged and re-hedged several times on this trade, and it's a fairly complicated trade, so I'm not going to go into too much detail here. Suffice to say that we're hedged on this trade, but angling short, waiting for this to follow suit with. And maybe, just maybe, this doji star-like candle at the top here is a reversal candle, and it follows this tiny hammer candle on the day before. Note that we're still above the trend line though, so the danger still abounds, and we'll see how we go with that. But we're beginning to look to edge short on that, and it may follow the same sort of fate or path as coffee, which also didn't look like it was going to turn around. We're long on sugar. We took a new position yesterday after the spike low, holding above that tweezer top reversal. Still looking quite good, even though this bull flag length is incredibly long and irritating, but it still remains a bull flag, although a weird shaped one. We'll go with that for now. So we're long on sugar with a new, fresh, tiny position added to our current existing long positions. We're long on soya, we're long on wheat, and I like this reversal off this bottom support with the tweezer bottom the last couple of days on wheat, followed by today's bullish move up. So we took a new long position on wheat there, looking pretty good. We're short on orange juice. We're long on cotton. That one's looking okay as well. We've got to get through the red line, the pivot line between the highs and the lows of this current recent range, which has actually been in place since the middle of the year. So basically trading from the green line to the center line to the bottom green line, and we're now approaching the center again. So that looks okay. And we're also long on corn, just to finish this one off. And you can see our entry position there. After the breakout, pullback, big long-term channel downwards, breakout from the channel, pullback, touch the top of the channel, and the breakout, and off we go. So far it's consolidating, forming what looks like potentially a bullish flag there too. Right, finally we have a small short position on dollar rand. Looking for this to reverse at some point here. Let's go to the weekly chart to make this easier to look at. And that's the sort of path I'm waiting to follow. We may still have to test a little bit higher up into that blob there, but generally I'm aiming for around about 16 rands to the US dollar. We're long on VIX, and as long as these stock markets continue to melt up, VIX is going to carry on melting down, but not dramatically actually, just dribbling down, hardly moving. And so perhaps we're trying to form a base here. Let's see how the stock market finishes this week off, and VIX will follow suit with it if the stock market gets a bit of a slump to the downside. Now, and TLT, we're also long on TLT. This has recovered quite nicely out of the blob. We spoke about this in previous videos. And then just to zoom in to show you where we are aiming for, somewhere up in around about 140 to 145. But this will be a gradual and slow process, taking the best part of a year or two, maybe something like that, edging up to 120 maybe, then all the way back down to about 100 for a breakout pullback type situation, maybe a Fibonacci retracement, then all the way up to about 140. As I said, that'll take the best part of a year or even longer, and so that's not a very exciting trade. And that's it, folks. Hope you have a great trading day. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, now's a good time to do so. Please give it a thumbs up and press the join button below if you'd like to join as a member. Take care.
Trade the Forex, see it flash. Ooh yeah, ooh yeah. Chase the numbers, watch them dash. Yeah, stock in hand, feel the thrill. Ooh, oh. Commodities, the deal's a steal. Ooh yeah.